into monitoring and apps because I know our next question is monitoring evaluation. And you guys developed an app.
We did
a while back.
Photomon.
Yeah. And that was 2-3 years ago now.
Yeah. So, but that came into existence about 2013.
Yep. So, how's the progression? Because I know you were sort of rolling it out in your area.
Yep.
And there was sort of some type you could use it wherever, but you just didn't have that backup database.
That's correct.
And I know that sort of limited it going out a fair bit unless someone took it on. Or
a few people have,
They have?
Yeah, we've got, actually it's being used for beach monitoring here in Albany, by the City of Albany, so there's a few places that have taken it on.
And the success of it?
Yeah, so it was originally born out of the desire to monitor beaches, and we've certainly gathered some good data. It has been used for some of these CERMAP, the Coastal Hazard Risk Management and Adaptation Planning, because within that there is the need to calculate historical shoreline change. So we have had some of our photo sets referred to help estimate historical data change. Obviously our data sets are probably no more than 5 years, so it's only the short term. I think there are some limitations in using Photomon for that kind of beach monitoring, and one of the problems is that you want to monitor erosion hotspots, and the nature of erosion hotspots is that the beach is receding. You've got recession, so it means that the point at which you stand to take your photo, eventually you start getting wet.
Well, that's at least getting some good info.
It does, but in terms of, photo monitoring is most useful when the field of view is absolutely consistent, and that's the elements within that field of view change. So we've noticed some significant limitations in that regard. However, photo monitoring is proving to be very useful for things like reveg, and we're getting and weed control. So we're getting some really good information back on some of our weed control programs, particularly pipgrass with the big mats. But it's really useful for us to do reveg monitoring on a regular basis, and we do it at the end of summer when it's kind of at its driest and most ratty looking, and then we do it at the end of winter when we can help look at the weed burden of those annual weeds. And personally, I feel that that's probably the way we're going to go with Photomon more and more, in that it's going to go towards that particular sort of reveg or dune stabilisation on groundworks. And in terms of rolling it out, we were recently successful in getting some state NRM community capability funding to actually roll it out into the other NRM groups, or into other NRM practitioners, if you like. So that project's just kicked off. Out of that, we've employed a project officer who's dedicated to that one task. So she's just getting up to speed at the moment, and we'll be rolling that out and offering the full app and database service to NRM organisations. So we just kicked off.
Just NRM organisations or local governments?
We consider them NRM organisations. Anyone who's doing NRM. So we've already got accounts, as I said, for the City of Albany. The City of Greater Geraldton's got an account. One of our sub-regional groups, More Catchment Council's got an account, as well as a couple of community groups. So quite keen to see that roll out. And again, probably moving towards those kind of reveg projects, I think.
So does that include out of the NACC region?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got a lot of interest from like groups of coastal councils in the eastern states, Sydney, Melbourne.
All the way across.
Oh yeah.
That's great. Like, what do you obviously see that importance of sharing that knowledge, information, and resource.
Of course, yeah.
And you've given yourselves the time, and there's obviously funding available for that sort of cross-regional, external type thing. So well done.
Yeah, thanks awesome. A lot. Yeah, well, it's been a long time coming. We've been promoting it as it goes along, but the limitations have always been there in terms of other people accessing it. So. Yeah, it's good. Included in that will be some service upgrades and all the rest of it. And the ultimate aim is for us to be able to offer that service on a cost recovery basis. So there are expenses involved with admin setup and also the database subscription is
Yeah.
is dependent on how much information goes in there. So as it gets bigger, it gets more expensive. So we do have to keep a lid on some of those costs. So the aim is for it to be a cost recovery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So like a not for loss type.
Not for loss,
program.
not for profit. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And you got any other, methods out there for monitoring, evaluation?
Everyone's pretty excited about UAVs.
Yeah. Go the drone.
Yeah, go the drones. We haven't bought our own yet, unfortunately.
No,
but
no.
yeah.
You'd want one though, wouldn't you? Hey?
Wanted one since they came out.
Yeah.
Got these little hobby ones, but they're not quite the thing.
You
But
can't really do much with those.
No,
in
you
terms
can't,
of-
other than crash them. But the good thing about the UAV industry is that there's a lot more people around now who own and operate UAVs and are licensed to do
Fully
so.
licensed.
Fully licensed. But this means that the cost is coming down. And I see there's quite a big future for NRM monitoring through the use of drones. Particularly this coastal stuff whereby your aerial photos can be geo-referenced to landmarks, and you can
they
I think
capture
that's the way to go.
levels and-
Yeah.
Yep.